This is an interview with Cary Bailey-Findley, Global Learning Manager, Functional Development, Maersk Line. Maersk Line is a highly competitive market, and in order to increase the customer loyalty, Maersk Line decided to develop the customer service organization. The aim is to create a world-class customer service. Cary has been cooperating with Mercuri International since 2012 in designing and in the rollout in over 100 countries. It's a worldwide program for customer service named the CARE program. In this interview, we'll explore how Maersk Line reached their goals in a highly competitive market and what the results have been. Hello, Cary, and thank you very much for agreeing to share your thoughts and experience with us.
It's my pleasure.
I would first like to take you back when you started to look for a partner to develop your customer service organization into a world-class customer service. What was the driving decision behind this to develop your customer service staff?
Well, we knew we had to address our customer service organization for multiple reasons. One, customer service was not a strong suit within the business. We had a lot of differentiators in really strong areas in the industry, but our customer service experience was not one of them. Our customers clearly told us that they really wanted us to focus on the ease of doing business with them. They wanted us to really know their business and give them the peace of mind. Now, at the same time, we were also going through a large customer service reorganization where we were offshoring a lot of our transactional work. So a lot of the stuff that was really taking up the daily time of our frontline customer service reps was going away. And what we wanted to replace that was high value-adding customer-facing activity. And that was really the impetus on why we wanted to reach out and build those skills with a global development partner.
What goal did you have in mind?
The goal of the program and what we wanted the behaviors to be and what we wanted to grow our customer service reps to be able to do is really move, one, from a reactive mindset to a more proactive mindset, not just wait for problems to arise, but really try and find issues and serve the customer before they even know there is something they need help with. We also wanted our customer service reps to focus more on building the relationships. It used to be very transactional mindset, and every customer was a number. We wanted to get away from that and more towards every customer having a relationship with Maersk Line. And finally, we wanted our customer service representatives to take ownership of the customer experience with our company and really spend a lot more of their time and focus on building that great customer experience. So that proactivity, the relationship building, and then taking ownership of them, that was really the focus of the program and what we wanted our customer service reps to start behaving like.
Hi, Cary. Thanks for taking the time to speak today. The CARE program was actually complex, and I wanted to get your opinion on what you saw as some of the key success factors in making such a program be successful.
Well, calling it complex is saying it lightly. This program was going to be rolled out in over 100 of our different countries to over 2,000 customer service reps and led and facilitated by over 400 of our customer service managers. So this was something we really need to have a handle on. From an internal perspective, we had a great team working on this project. The customer service department really stepped up, put forward the resources, put forward the dedication and ownership of the rollout plan, of the sustainment plan, really getting it anchored in the business. And that was different because they didn't treat it like an HR-led program. They didn't teach it like a training development program. They really treated it like a customer service strategic project, and that was great for them because they really did own that project. From an external standpoint, what I expect from a vendor is to really work with me to foresee all the potential problems and solve them before they become issues. And with Mercuri, I got that. We did have, as with any project, some problems in the beginning, especially around how we were managing which versions of the drafts, which versions of the content we were working on. It was an issue they identified. They came up with great working solutions on that. They changed the way we were working internally to really accommodate and get that done. In the end, it was a success, and we didn't have that problem anymore. and the project came in on time, in budget, exceeding standards. That's what I want to expect and what was a great aspect of the CARE program from a project management standpoint.
There are many components in the program: facilitation and coach training for the team leaders, interim assignments, blended materials, and training for the agents. What would you say is the key to success in this program?
There's two standard success criteria. That was a strong partnership with our customer service organization from the top down. They were really committed to this. Also, the success criteria of just having a strong partnership with Mercuri on that. But those are real two, I'd say, standard things. What, in my mind, set this program apart was really three criteria. One, the way we designed it, that we were focusing on the behavior change and not the course completion. So we had a series of 8 little bite-sized modules that our customer service reps would progress through, and they weren't allowed to progress until they had successfully performed the behaviors of the previous bite. And that really hammered home the fact that you cannot go forward unless you are skilled, competent, and performing the behaviors that we want. And that was a really big factor in really driving behavior change, and not just, hey, we need to get this done to get it done. One of the other success criteria that I think sets us apart was it's a manager-led program. Yes, we've trained the managers through Mercuri, but it's the managers themselves training their customer service reps and doing the facilitation and doing the coaching and doing all the sustaining follow-up. It's a very different message from a Mercuri trainer or an external trainer saying to do something than your personal manager doing that. So the fact that we were able to train over 400 managers to lead this initiative over the past couple of years is a testament to its success. Finally, one of the big success criteria is that we kept it simple, we kept it focused. There's a lot of customer service behaviors that we could have focused on, but we had our story of proactivity, relationship building, ownership. So we made sure everything came back to driving those behaviors. And I think that narrowing focus really helped because we wanted to go deep instead of go broad, because we really wanted them to be able to perform those skills and really be committed on that. And that was, I think, the big success criteria.
I know you invested a lot of personal time in this program. For example, you have attended the pilots for the team leaders, and you've been deeply involved in customization of the content for the face-to-face trainings and the blended material. What is your thinking behind this?
This is a big strategic commitment for our company. Customer service was something we really wanted to improve, and it was in fact one of our strategic initiatives of that year. So minimally, I wanted to ensure that this big strategy was going to be successful. But the other part of it was, we really wanted to commit to tailoring and focusing the customer service behaviors, not just the general stuff, but really on our shipping knowledge, what our people are experiencing, really moving their behaviors forward on that. It was a lot of minor things of just tweaking a lot of the great work that Mercuri had done and putting it into that shipping context and that our customer mindset. So that way we could really have a program that spoke directly to our customer service reps.
Cary, how did you determine the development that Maersk Line wanted your customer service staff to have?
First, we started with the customer feedback. They were very clear that we needed to improve the ease of doing business with us, that we needed to improve our knowledge of them as customers, and that we needed to really provide them an overall peace of mind when working with us. And that was really what helped us form the strategy of being more proactive, being more relationship building focused, and really taking ownership of the customer's problems. From there, that was really when we contacted Mercuri, and they helped us continue that analysis. They went out into the field looking at our people and really said, where are we on that journey? Where's our starting point? That really helped us translate the high-level themes and concepts that we want to focus on into actual skills and behaviors. And that was really critical for the design phase.
What were the steps of the design that we went through?
We really went through, I'd say, 3 main design steps working with Mercuri. First, we focused on the behaviors and the skills that we wanted to achieve. We said, okay, knowing our strategy, knowing where we are from the analysis phase, these are the skills, behaviors that our reps need to be able to perform at the end of this program, and really setting that end goal. From there, we started working on the design of the structure of the program. What was it going to look like? Are we talking face-to-face, e-learning, manager-led training? We're going through all of those different criteria and really saying, okay, this is what we want the formatting to look like. And from there, knowing where you want to end up, knowing the topics you want to cover, and knowing how you want to deliver it, then we went straight into the design of the content, and really were able to design the content so it's a step-by-step, brick-by-brick building of their skills and development towards the end goal.
What are all the components in the program?
The CARE program is actually really 2 developmental programs in one. First and foremost, it is a customer service representative development program where we're trying to build them towards being more proactive, more relationship focused, and taking more ownership. But in order to do that, we wanted our managers to be the face of this program, to lead it, to be the ones coaching and making sure it's sustained. So we needed a second program, and that was basically a manager train the trainer, where we brought them in, gave them the skills and abilities to facilitate all of the program themselves, to be able to coach and observe and manage the performance of the behaviors when they got back home. And in that way, we were able to leverage 400 managers to be the face and entirely run the program for our over 2,000 customer service representatives. Now, the actual components of the program are pretty simple. We like to call them bite-sized modules because it's real focused on, 1 byte of content or topics or focus of behaviors. And within each of these bites is usually pre-work, whether it's e-learning or pre-reading. Then there's a face-to-face workshop that the manager leads. And then there is co-listening and behavior observation that also the manager leads.
What have been the steps to ensure that the program has been implemented?
As we've built the program on these 8 bite-sized modules, we were able to set the criteria for moving on to the next bite, being the successful completion and observation of performance, of actually changing these behaviors. And that was a great threshold for ensuring that these behaviors actually changed, because we were able to see as people, as countries progressed through these modules, they were basically signing off and saying, yes, these people are consistently and above average performing these behaviors that we are expecting of them. So building it into the design of the program and the structure was great in ensuring that they actually performed and lived up to the behaviors that we wanted them to see.
How have you ensured long-term results?
We continue to look at customer satisfaction and Net Promoter Score as our long-term results, but how we're ensuring to build it up is we are not taking our foot off the gas of the CARE program. We are continuing to roll it out, and each cluster country is rolling it out at the speed that they can. And from a company perspective, we are also looking to and working towards integrating our systems, our technology, our process to enable these behaviors, but also to take these behaviors to the next level so that they can be even more proactive, be even more relationship focused. So we're working a lot towards that. Everyone agrees here that this is a great foundation and a great service level that we're providing. And how do we make it better through our systems, processes, technology?
What have been the key outcomes of the CARE program?
From our customer perspective, their feedback has been very great. We're seeing improvements in our customer satisfaction, improvements in our Net Promoter Score. Internally, we're seeing a lot of great results too. Our customer service representatives have basically seen a 50% to 60% overall improvement in performance, and that's from self-ratings and also the manager rating the improvement of their people. So we're real happy with that. And from a management perspective, we are seeing results of them acting more like manager. They are spending more time and being more effective coaching their people, managing their performance, setting performance goals, and helping their people improve and change their behaviors. So we're real happy with those results.
What behavior changes have you seen among your staff?
From the customer service rep perspective, we are seeing them live up to that proactivity, relationship building, ownership focus of the program. They are working on that. The first 3 modules of the program really focus on the customer service basics, the foundations, and that common language, that common way of dealing with the customers is been critical. We're really seeing a lot of value in the change in those behaviors. From a manager perspective, they used to be the elite customer service firefighter, the ones that would solve the toughest problem and deal with the toughest customer. Now we're seeing them spend a lot more time being the leader, being the coach. And instead of solving the problems for their people, they're spending more time developing their people to solve their own problems. And that's what we were pushing them for. That's what we want them to see. And when it comes to things like engagement, we are seeing that it's leading to a higher engaged workforce.
What comments have you got from your customers?
We have the improvements in customer satisfaction, Net Promoter Score from overall, but my favorite story comes from Pakistan, where a customer actually called up our head of customer service for Pakistan and basically asked it hired a completely new staff on that. That's the kind of story that shows where we were coming from and where we've gotten to.
And what comments have you got from your personnel?
From the reps to the managers, it's been nothing but positive. They're really liking the fact that it's very applicable, very helping their day-to-day job, that we're investing this much in them, that this is a big program, and they're really appreciating the fact that we're taking the time for them. We're even getting comments from our most senior customer service leaders, the ones that have been here the longest, saying this is the best training program that they've ever been a part of. And these people saying it, they don't give praise easily. So the fact they're saying that, we think we're real happy with that.
What advice would you give others in similar situations?
My advice is to work with your partner early in the project. Time is the biggest issue that you're always going to face. If you need to roll this out in a couple months, you're not going to have that opportunity to really improve, tweak, or customize your material. So the earlier you can work with your function or your organization to really identify those needs, and the earlier you can work with that partner, and the more that you can really make a program even better, if that's what you want. I mean, off-the-shelf programs are perfectly successful too, but if you want to go that more tailored, customized route, have that time, build it in on that. And, and this is a personal belief, and really it was a great factor in this program, focus on the behavior change and not just the course completion. That was the biggest thing we saw. People are applying the behaviors, they're living it up, they're doing it, because they're not doing it just to get a tick the box on this. They're actually seeing the value and saying, okay, we're going to do this. And I think the more you can build that into your programs, the more successful they're going to be.
If others were looking for similar solutions, what advice would you give them?
Getting early and working early with your business to identify these issues and working with them to get the strategy. That's pretty standard. Working with your partner, Mercuri in this case, early. Really with this program, and where I'm really trying to replicate above and beyond, is around 3 main things. One, having this program focused on changing behaviors and not ticking the box and I completed this course. We're seeing the results of that, and that's we can't buy that. The power of the manager, the more that we can give them the skills to lead this, to coach this, to facilitate this, and really give them the power to lead, the better the results are. We didn't want Mercuri or any external trainer to be in front of our customer service reps, because it's a less powerful statement than the personal manager of that direct report saying, this is what we're doing, this is what we believe in, and this is what we're going to do from now on. And I think that's a great learning. And then finally, keep it focused. Less is more. Don't try and boil the ocean, and don't try and get everything done in one go. Focus on a behavior at a time, build that up, make sure it's done, they're living it, and then move on from there and build on from there. And I think that's been really the key to success for how we built, designed, worked with Mercuri, all this program, and the success of the CARE program.
Cary, thank you very much for your time and for sharing your thoughts and experience with us. We really appreciate that.
Not a problem. It's my pleasure.